Welcome to this week's ASRC CEO Bulletin. I want to spend today's bulletin talking about lots of wonderful positive news stories over the last month. I know when you look at the media and read the newspapers, there might not feel like there's that many great things to celebrate, but in fact there are, and I thought what better time than now. In the month of August, we celebrated some 15 people that got permanent protection. September brings more successes as well into the new month. As things on the political front deteriorate in regards to offshore processing and the continued hard line, what we are seeing at the ASRC is a wonderful rallying of community support. Just last week I had Circus Oz turn up with one of those huge, gigantic checks with $24,000 for the ASRC, bringing to almost 300 grand in a decade since they started collecting money at their annual performances in Melbourne. Absolutely magnificent. We had the young students from Marion College, Girls College in Sunshine, drop over 60 hampers of food, each one in a Hessian bag with a personal message of welcome to asylum seekers, which is just absolutely gorgeous and extraordinary. We had Northcote High donate some $1,000 of food from their students in the same week, as well as the Victorian AIDS Council Gay Men's Health Centre donate some 800 condoms to our members to ensure safe sex around for our members in the community, which is critical, especially when you are destitute. They're the sorts of things that are often most difficult to afford. Everywhere you see, there are people coming out and rallying in support. We had a wonderful Art with Heart auction by an advertising agency called Truly Deeply that raised some $24,000 for the ASRC, which is also fantastic and wonderful. Run for Refugees, we have over 265 people running for us and some $64,000 raised. We need you to get behind us. If you are running, then make sure you promote the fact that you are on your Facebook, your Twitter, to your friends, any possible opportunity. I'm running the half marathon as well, and I'm looking forward to joining all of you on that day. If you haven't signed up yet, it's not too late to do the 3, 5 or 10. My mum, all of 64 years of age, is running or walking the 5.7k herself. You'll also see the ASRC coming out and about with a whole range of positive messages and stories in the coming month or two. We've recently partnered up with La Trobe University, and you'll be seeing a campaign publicly featuring myself aligning ourselves with the university and sharing a positive story about asylum seekers, which is very exciting. We're doing some wonderful work with places like the National Australia Bank, who are providing us with terrific support as well. And we're really excited about some new ambassadors we'll be mentioning in the coming months, as well as some other fantastic community education awareness campaigns that we'll be sharing with all of you as well. So I keep wanting to encourage all of you, in the midst of all the harshness of this debate and what is happening, there is always great hope. The volunteer information night just from a couple of weeks ago had 291 people come expressing a desire to volunteer. On that same night, I went and spoke with St. Paul's High School down in Sunshine, where the kids there had run their own fete, raising some $3,000 for asylum seekers. Everywhere you look, you see there is people wanting to support and get behind us, from educational institutions to corporates to multi-faith organizations. There is support everywhere. So I think we should always remain very hopeful. The next week, we have a whole range of interesting things happening. I'm speaking as a keynote speaker at an education conference to international teachers on behalf of the AIC conference, which will be really exciting on Tuesday night. We've got the president of the ACTU coming to visit the ASRC as well, which is another wonderful opportunity. There's some exciting social enterprise initiatives that are on the boil. You're going to be seeing the overhaul of our ESL programs. We want some wonderful ESL modules. We've got dozens upon dozens of our members enrolling as we speak into TAFE, dozens more that we're placing into work. There is wonderful successes happening across the ASRC. And we will continue to champion and fight fearlessly for an end to offshore processing, an end to mandatory detention, and an end to destitution for asylum seekers. As the year comes close to an end, I can't believe another year is slowly nearing that way, there'll be our end of year Christmas shop, our end of year Christmas party for our members, our end of year volunteer party, where I'll be cooking up a feast with the team, and we'll be celebrating the extraordinary contribution of all of our volunteers There's a lot of beautiful things to celebrate as we get towards the year's end. So keep your heads up, be proud, stay strong, as I'm so deeply proud of all of you as well. That's all for this week. Until next week, goodbye.